What's up, guys? We're here on the second channel. I'm currently thinking about recording a main channel video tonight, and I was thinking I could just do this as the warm-up because I have been seeing over the past year a lot of people talk back and forth about how to save Bedwars or whether Bedwars can come back to popularity, and I never really officially gave my opinion on this for anyone curious. So I thought I would do that real quick. And in simple terms, the question is, can Bedwars be saved? And in my opinion, the answer is no. Bedwars is essentially not savable. It'll never come back to what it was. But that doesn't mean it's ever gonna die. It's just gonna stay in the same state that it is now, where the player base is kind of small and dedicated and very sweaty. Also, as a quick little note at the start, I don't really watch Bedwars content, so it's possible somebody has already made this exact video with the exact same opinion. So if that is the case, please do just let me know in the comments and I will link their video. I'm not trying to steal content or anything like that. Anyways, let's go straight for the nickname guy across the map. Oh, he's safe walking. Okay. Well, I guess it's a good idea that I targeted him. I left his bed in case he voids somewhere in there. I'm making the clutch! The main reason that Bedwars will never have a comeback is due to natural reasons with the game's skill progression. And what I mean by that is like the average 50 star of today could probably beat the average 600 star of 2021. Like on average, the skill for the game has trended significantly upwards. And that is a normal thing that happens with all of these games that have high skill ceilings and many mechanics. Over time, the players are just going to get way better, and that does make it slightly harder for people to enter the game. If you're going up against super sweaty people all the time, you're probably going to quit, and that's just how it goes. Now, this isn't a completely unfixable problem, because otherwise games like this would always die out around the same time. But unfortunately, in Bedwars' case, it cannot be fixed the way that other games handle it. So as a comparison, I'm going to use Rocket League, which was my main game before this. Rocket League is another game where the skill ceiling is incredibly high, and the best players now are so much better than they used to be. But new players still play the game. Why is that? Well, really simple and obvious. Rocket League has skill-based matchmaking. If you're a new player, you're going to be facing other new players and not crazy SSL goats. Now, before somebody leaves some mean comment about this take, I am not saying that Bedwars needs skill-based matchmaking. It's not going to work, and that is literally the reason that Bedwars is not coming back. Let me get this guy real quick. What a beautiful little block corner. So even though in Rocket League, new players will get to play each other and get lots of playtime and climb their way up the ranks, even in unranked, they have skill-based matchmaking with like elo systems and stuff. But as we all know, Bedwars does not have this. In Bedwars, you just go up against every single other person after about, I think, 14 stars. And it's probably not a crazy opinion to hear that 14 stars is not enough time to get good at the game and then go up against the sweats of the Bedwars community. I don't think Hypixel is completely unaware of this either, because they actually did something really good in name obfuscation. One of the biggest issues is that almost every single lobby would always have a sweaty guy or party ruining the game for all of the newer players. And obfuscation eliminates that awesomely. It doesn't change the actual composition of the lobbies, it just doesn't allow the sweaty people to pick and choose exactly what they want, thereby making it so that newer players can actually end up with games against each other instead of just against sweats. They'll end up with some lobbies that are also primarily... Do I know how to block? Oh, I don't. That'll be primarily new players. But obviously it doesn't fix the issue. There's still going to be majority lobbies with sweaty players like me going up against noobs and making the game unfun for him. Like, do you really think the guy that I just killed is having all that much fun this game? Do you think he's going to want to keep playing? The only real solution to this problem is to implement a rating system or skill-based matchmaking. so that newer players keep getting to go against each other and work their way up to the high lobbies when they're actually good enough to compete in them. But unfortunately, as far as I'm aware, implementing this with Bedwars will never work. A big problem with that is obviously the existing player base, who is so used to this picking on new players playing format that they would lose their only player base that they really have left, which are the super dedicated sweats. So I'm a big fan of the name obfuscation update in that it was completely a step in the right direction, but it's not a complete fix. Whew. And that's the main reason behind why I just don't think Bedwars can ever have a comeback. The average players are just too good for people to get into the game and have enough time to acclimate for it to actually be fun. He's not doing much of anything. But yeah, that's my main opinion. So I don't think Hypixel is really doing anything wrong. Realistically, the quarantine boom isn't really replicable. But what it did do was bring in so many new players that at the time, with so many new players in the mixing pot, they end up fighting against each other a lot. Even with the whole tryhards queue camping for stats bullshit that we had back then. None of that is to say that the game is dead or will die, so I think it'll just persist about the same way that it has been, where sweaty players still play the game and enjoy it, and it'll just get more and more difficult for new players to join in as well. If Bedwars had somehow been able to implement some sort of rating system or skill-based matchmaking back before it was contentious, like if they had done it during the COVID spike or something along those lines, maybe we could have been in a better position now. But obviously the game was going to trend downwards after people started going outside again, regardless of all the other options. None of this is all that weird to me. Just how games go, just not something that Bedwars can deal with because of the way that the game currently is. And that's okay. It'll persist like this, it'll still be fun. It's still fun for me. Because, you know, I still win a chunk of my games. Oh, that's unfortunate, buddy. But yeah, I guess I will go and finish this game up. Please let me know if I have somehow copied someone's opinion exactly, and let me know whether or not you agree with me. I used to be of the opinion that if we just had more content creators excited to make content on the game, that would be an easy fix. But I no longer think that. I don't think that that would fix it, because even if they can attract new players momentarily, the new players will not stick around. Okay, that's the end of that game. That guy kind of bought it out.